Hey guys, this is my 1953 Ford Motor Company of Canada Monarch four-door sedan. In the last video on this car, we managed to get it to fire up and run. It seems to run really nice. But since it's part of the troubleshooting, we had cleaned up the other side of the engine. I wanted to clean this side up too. And unfortunately, I found we got a couple of problems. I don't know how well it shows up for you here, but appears we got a crack here and a crack here. And I like to term these as the crack of death. And it looks like we got a little bit of flash rust happening there. We'll get that cleaned up. Not a big deal. That's bad news. Basically, this block is garbage. However, I'd like to try a little experiment, and I'm going to bring you guys along with me. Let me get the flash rust cleaned off of here and get this thing put back together. And I will bring you back. We're going to dump a little water in it and see whether we're actually getting leak from those cracks or not. If we are, we've got a few things we can try in a bit of nod to Wes at Watch Wes Work. We'll try a little bit of rad stop leak. Let's see if that'll slow down or stop any coolant leaking into the cylinders while it's running. And failing that, we could get some of those cast iron stitch welding plugs and see if we can seal it up. If this engine was requiring any kind of machining to be a runner, it would not be worth doing this. This is something that you wouldn't do for an engine that needs any kind of work done to it. But as I said, we had it running pretty good. I wouldn't say that it's got spectacular oil pressure, and I wouldn't say it's got spectacular compression, but it does run. Let me get the tools going here. We'll get this engine button back up, and I'll bring you guys back, and we'll see what the cooling system's going to do. Well, guys, we are basically buttoned up here. Still got to tighten up spark plugs and put the spark plug wires back on. But I think what I'm going to do is pull these thermostat housings off. Because with this engine having overheated, I don't trust these thermostats. Plus, you can see there's a whole bunch of ugliness inside of there. I'm going to run to the parts store and see if they've got a thermostat that will work. If not, no, we could just drill a bigger hole. There's a hole here. We could just drill a bigger one, or we could just run without. I do have new gaskets in the gasket set. The heads came with the heads, so we'll give that a little bit of a shine up. If we can get new ones, great. If not, oh well. Let me get on that. I'll bring you back in a few minutes, and we'll get this thing ready to fire up. This is the thermostat housing off of the passenger side, and you can see all the garbage that's down inside there. I'm wondering if that might have caused the overheat that this engine had. Let me get these two housings cleaned up. We got this one and the driver's side one, and get them ready to go back on. I did get thermostats. We are rapidly running out of daylight here. Thermostat and the spring is a bimetallic spring. As it heats up, it shrinks. This is a thermostat, and this is a 180 degrees Fahrenheit thermostat. Fits into the housing like that. Now we have two different styles of gasket here. There's this one and this one. This is the one that appears to be, you know what? I actually think I like that one better. Let me grab the other one of these. I don't know what the purpose of this other bolt hole is because it's not used on this car, but that appears to be what we need. I'm going to put a little bit of gasket goo on here just because the finish of the cast iron is a little rough, and it'll also kind of help hold everything together. We want the goofy extra hole pointed off into space so that it doesn't interfere with any of the head bolts or anything else. Like that, unfortunately. That looks good. These don't appear to be through bolts, but I'm going to throw just a little bit of sealant on them, just in case. The sealant also, in the outboard world at least, serves double duty as kind of like a never seize, as well as being a gasket. How that works, I'm not really sure, but that's my understanding at least. Let me grab a ratchet to tighten that with. That is one thermostat installed. We'll get those clamps reinstalled on that cooling hose, and I'm going to get the other side bolted together. I don't think you guys need to watch me do it all over again. Maybe I'll do a little better job next time around. We're just about out of daylight here. As the saying goes, I guess the sun is about to set over the yard arm here. So I think what I'm going to do is button a few things up, but I'm not going to put any coolant in this thing this evening because it is the middle of October and temperatures are dropping below freezing at night around here, and I don't want to crack the block. When we come back at this the next time, we'll put some water in it and fire it up, and we'll see whether we're pulling any water into the cylinders and dumping it out the exhaust. If we got a big billowing cloud coming out, other than of course oil and all that wonderful stuff, we'll know that we're going to have to do something with sealing the inside of the block. If we are lucky enough to not be pulling any water, then I guess we can run the engine as is, and we'll drain the water out, replace it with coolant. So until we get back at this to start playing with the liquid inside the engine, we'll catch you guys later. I think we say that runs pretty good. I'm going to do coolant in it, so we don't want to run along, but good enough. Okay, that's it for tonight. Hey guys, we're back working on the 1953 Monarch here. Got all the engine reassembled. Basically, we can fire this thing up and it should run. We do need to figure out what we're doing for the heater hose, because we're going to put some water in this thing and see what happens. Before we do that though, let's fire it up and make sure it's going to run. Kind of cold and we don't have the choke set up, so. Large billows of steam coming out of there. And it obviously wasn't charging yet. If we let it run for 5 minutes or so, the generator will start putting out power and the thing will stay running. Okay, I need to get this sorted out, and unfortunately this piece of heater hose is too big. I gotta get a piece of 5/8. So let me take care of that, and we'll come back and we'll see what we can do about getting this thing to fire up with some liquid in it. I've got the spill-proof funnel. Never used this before. This is a new one on me. It fits into the radiator cap and ideally keeps everything contained. We're just putting water in, so that's going to make a bit of a mess if we spill some. Make sure the petcock is closed. And we're dripping all over the place here. Okay, now the petcock's closed. Ooh, we got leaks coming off Mr. Thermostat housing. That's not good. Let me grab a wrench. We'll snug those up a little bit. Well, that's not a good sign. Looks like we need to do a little bit of a solder repair there. And dripping all over the place from this. I don't know what's going on here. I put gasket sealant on that. Why is it dripping? Anyways, let's fire it up and see what happens. Not seeing any steam billowing out of there. I think we need to give that thing just a little more RPM. I'm not seeing any steam. Maybe we need a little more water in this thing. Let me grab another jug. We'll dump some more in. Well, I dumped another gallon of water in it. Thermostats are open. The water's warm here. We got a little bit of steam happening in the radiator. I don't see any steam coming out of that exhaust. Still not charging, but that's all right. Well, that is impressive. You saw the cracks. There's definitely cracks in the intake port and an intake port over here. We don't seem to be getting any steam coming out of the exhaust though. Well guys, I guess this is a short one. Not giving us too much of a problem. We got to fix the 2 thermostat housings. Obviously there's something going on there. But we get those sealed up. We get this top lip soldered back together on the radiator, and we're going to have a cooling system. For now though, let that water drain out of there. I think this is as far as we're going to take this one. Should be a fairly short video. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Greatly appreciate you taking the time to watch. If you got this far, give me a thumb up. I'll call that a little bit of somewhat good news, I guess. If you haven't already done so, consider subscribing to the channel. Maybe ring that bell icon so you get notified when I post new content. And we will catch you guys in the next mess. Thanks for watching.